everyone, welcome back to the Marathon. My name's Mare. You had so many requests for this guy. This is Farm.
Hi.
We're gonna do a Q&A.
We are.
I asked you for questions and there are so many for
Really?
Farm. So many.
Really?
Farm hasn't seen any of them.
No.
So he's bravely just come to sit at my dining table and
Yeah. Do you have any beer here?
I was gonna say, do you want a shot before we start?
I'm all right. All right.
So people who haven't watched my channel for a while, would you like to say something about yourself? Introduce yourself?
My name's Farm. I worked with Mare on Sun FM for almost 6 years. And in that time, we've developed an amazing bond. This is my little sister. She was my radio wife, but then she...
Left radio.
She left. That's right. And then I left radio, and now we're back, both of us back in radio, different stations, same company.
Fun facts.
Yeah. And
so Farm knows a lot about me and vice versa, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we did the morning show up until I left April of 2016, which is crazy. That's almost been 3 years. And then you left that September, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of questions. Let's just get into them.
Here we go.
There's like so many. Okay, Tamara said, what was your favorite thing about co-hosting on the radio with each other? Just like throwing Farm in.
I think just having you there, having somebody to, it's a lot of people don't realize that if you're in radio and you're the only person doing a show, that's very difficult. Mm-hmm. It's extremely difficult to
laugh at your own jokes.
Yeah, and talk to yourself.
Yeah.
But when you got somebody else, I mean, it makes it that much better. So I looked forward to seeing Mare every morning, and just, you know, a lot of times we knew what direction the show was going, but we didn't know how we were going to get there, and that was half the fun. I mean, we had a lot of laughs. It was a lot of true, you know, raw emotion, and it was fun. I mean, it was fun. Yeah,
a lot of people used to say, like, how on earth can you guys laugh that much? Like, oh, you must be faking it. It was genuinely fun, and we genuinely were laughing and having a good time and like catching each other off guard. Like nothing was scripted. Nope. It was all planned, but it was like, we're gonna talk about this, and then we would just talk about it genuinely. So
you should have heard half the jokes we told not on the air. You want to talk funny?
Jen wants to know what's one thing that irritates you that the other does. Just one?
Just, well, then in that case, you go first.
Oh God, now? You're too busy, I don't get to see you enough.
Ditto.
That's my answer.
That's what I would say.
That's a comment.
Yeah.
Trent just said a comeback show. Patty said, have you ever thought about doing a weekly/monthly podcast together?
I would do it. I would totally do that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
we have thought about it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just afraid that if we do that, we're going to drive all the other radio people in town out. Just saying.
Podcast.
Just saying.
Judy wants to know tips on overcoming life obstacles and health, because you've had quite a health transformation. Any tips for that?
Well, just have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself, and if you don't believe in yourself, hopefully you've got a strong enough core of friends around you that will believe and show you how good you are.
But you have to. Like, we all believed in you that you could before it happened, but you had to know it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the littlest battles that can make you realize how important and how good you are. I mean, when I started my transformation, I guess, you know, I mean, I weighed 262 pounds, and I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt, and I decided to change my eating, and it was a big deal for me. I went 30 days without eating fast food, and I lost 4 pounds. And once I saw that coming off, then I started running and swimming and things like that. And before you knew it, I mean, I was down to, 225 pounds, which is what I'm at right now. So
just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Farm's advice. And then Jesse wants to know finding balance in the everyday of life. Any tips on that, Farm?
I'd leave that to you, because this woman had the craziest to-do list that she started every single morning and probably still does it today.
It's like behind us on the kitchen counter.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So So if you want to find balance,
Finding
seriously,
balance.
write down the tasks that you have to, that you're going to do for a day. And,
yeah. And also, like, I would say really prioritize what's important to you. Like, I only in the last year started prioritizing sleep. That makes such a big difference. Prioritizing like time to myself, spending time with whom I want to. I think once you start to weed out the things that you do or the time that you spend on things that you really are kind of like white noise or things that are expected of you but you don't necessarily want to do, you'll find more time on the things that you want to.
For sure.
Okay. Sarah said, remember when you helped him redecorate his kitchen? I think it's time for another mayor over of Farm's Place. Yeah. Wow, Sarah, you have been around for a long time.
How long ago was that?
3 years.
Was it 3 years?
Yeah, it just came up on my like Facebook memories.
Wow. Well, it might be happening again soon because Farm might be having a new place to live. So
I'm all over that.
Okay.
No problem, Sarah.
All right.
Okay, this one is maybe my favorite question. Valerie said, what would you write for each other's dating profile about me? We totally should have done that in our dating profiles. Oh my gosh. About you. Okay, honestly, seriously, must love to laugh, must be able to like make fun of themselves, like that you know, like have a good sense of humor.
Right.
Be pretty like flexible, chill, but have like good priorities like family, health. I can't imagine you would date someone who's unhealthy.
No.
I don't know, must like really specific 80s music.
Just know that you're getting together with the largest nerd I know.
Yeah. Like if you don't like Seahawks, just that's okay. You don't have to. That's fine. Must be comfortable on the back of a motorcycle.
There you go. Yep.
Is that pretty much, is that your like?
Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
I guess that's not about me. That's actually, I just said what you would be looking for.
Yeah. No, I mean,
What about mine?
Yours, wow.
Must be good at losing football bets.
Yeah, but you hardly ever lost football bets.
No, he would have to.
Oh, he would have, that's right. You would need to have, be open to experience, open to change, open to exploring, and whether it's in yourself or, with you, like with both of you. Just
nice.
Get ready for a life adventure, right? And I know it sounds very cliche, but be ready for a marathon.
And don't eat my chips.
No, don't eat it. No. We'll talk about that. Could be a whole nother blog.
I think every time I see Farm, he just shows up with a bag of chips. Like,
I did. They're right back there.
They are. So for me and Thomas.
Yeah.
Cheryl also wanted to know if we would, she said, would you consider doing a podcast together? I miss hearing your laugh, which is really nice. Denise said, what's Farm doing these days and what made him get into running?
I am the manager of the Pasta Factory, 236 Martin Street, where it is Ribuary going on right now. And I've been doing a lot of traveling in the last 4 months. I have been to Cabo, I have been to Dallas, I have been to Vegas, and I have been to Seattle. Now, Seattle doesn't really count because I'm from Bellingham, but
it counts.
Yeah, okay, that counts.
So manager of the Pasta Factory.
And I got into running because I went through, I guess it's almost 2 years ago now. I was not taking care of myself. I got up to 262 pounds. I'm 6'5", but
are you really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It looked like I was carrying a medicine ball on the front of my chest, and it completely destroyed me emotionally, physically. And I had a dream that I saw myself at 300 pounds, and the next day I started running. And I started working out, and I changed my diet, and
hooked up with Vanessa. She helped you.
Yeah, Vanessa was a lifesaver, absolutely a lifesaver. She took me shopping once.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah. I spent $238 on
stuff. You remember like such specific things.
on crap that I thought would be gone 3 days later. That's the thing I didn't. Like she took me shopping and I was appreciative and I was smiling and I was so happy and blah, blah, blah. And I get home and I'm putting this stuff in my refrigerator. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not going to follow through.
And you did.
Well, now I weigh 225 pounds. I've ran a half marathon, and I've got a full marathon planned in 2020 with my children in Disney World, so running.
So that's the answer to, is he still running?
Yes.
Oh my, so many questions. What are the best / funniest times on the radio together, and would you ever go back to radio? Well, Farm's still on the radio. You can listen to him on K96.3.
Yep.
Fun fact.
Yep.
Best / funniest times, honestly, like, I don't even know how I would pick.
There's so many of them.
So many. Like, we did this thing, we did, well, two things that come to mind right away.
Yeah.
We did a weekly bit called Nail Polisher Adult Movie, which was super fun.
Yeah.
And then also we did football bets, which, like, clearly I don't watch football, I don't give a shit about football. But, like, we would bet, this guy obviously knows a lot about football, and I would, like, one season I went like 17-4 beating him.
Yeah.
So then we would do just like ridiculous shit on the Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, there was, I mean.
Or Monday morning? Was it Sundays or Mondays?
It was Mondays.
See,
Oh no, it was Tuesdays because Monday Night Football. Because we would do, yeah.
So, like, weird stuff, like eating onions and, like...
The liver. The liver was one that I'll never forget. The liver, when you had to eat...
Or, like, wrapping.
You had to eat the least... Yeah.
Or a bunch of cinnamon gum. Like, we just did a bunch of weird...
Oh, yeah.
So those were funny to me. How about you? Funniest?
Rapping was one of my favorites. That was good.
That I had to do.
Yeah. When you had to help the family move. That was right? That was pretty good.
I forgot about that. Literally, like, left the show.
Yeah.
Went to a listener's house and helped them move.
Yep. She was hauling stuff into that U-Haul, boy. That was fantastic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was one of my fonder victories.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
She also wanted to know where you grew up.
Bellingham. Yeah, in Bellingham.
Okay. Again, would love a podcast. Thank you, Annette. She's like, weekly, monthly, I listen. This is a really nice comment from Janet. She said, I have so many great memories of mornings with Farm and Mare. Lots of laughs and some really good conversation starters with my kids. Which I thought that was really nice. Yeah. What do you guys miss most about those good old days?
Just that.
Just like seeing each other.
The good old days, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it got to a point, like, it was the first year that we were together, the first year and a half was a little bit rough. It
was like growing pains.
Yeah, and then
I got pregnant.
And then she got pregnant.
And he was a saint because I couldn't have coffee, and that was real bitchy.
And then we, we had a, I won't go into all the details, but we had a chat while she was on mat leave, and it changed everything. And then it got to a point where, I remember a couple of times looking at her saying, we're actually getting paid for this.
Yeah.
We're hanging out for 5 hours in the morning, and we're live, and we're talking about everything and anything, and they're paying us for this. Are you kidding me?
So, yeah, we loved it.
Yeah.
It was just so fun.
Yeah.
And then also when it wasn't fun, like, obviously, Farm went through some shit. I clearly was going through a lot behind the scenes that no one knew about.
Yeah.
And we were just like such a team. Like, we were this little island in the building where, the door would close and we just like had each other's backs.
And it turned out, it ended up being that way outside of the building too, which made I mean, our friendship outside of 33 Carmi was the reason that we had all the success, I think, to begin with.
I think so too. Like, I think in order to be a successful morning show team, you have to be friends.
Yeah.
Like, good friends.
Yep.
Yeah, I could tell you stories about Farm that would make me cry. I mean, like, nice ones where you've been there for me.
Yeah, no,
Okay, Anna said, this was a risky question. Okay. What is the first thing that pops into your head when someone says Mare?
What is the first thing?
Yeah.
Strength.
Oh, thanks.
Absolute. No.
I don't know why I was nervous.
No. Absolute strength.
Thank you.
You people on her channel, you know what she's been through, and we just had a really great conversation about something that's happening today. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but strength, that's the first thing.
Farm.
Yep.
Thanks. And if someone asked me that same question, I would just be like, there for you. Like, you need anything, Farm's there for you. That's what I would say.
I'll post my number below. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
Tracy and Shannon wish that we were taste testing chips during this Q&A. Sorry, ladies.
Well, I got some chips. I can go take a bite if you want. They're barbecue.
Deborah, we already answered your question. Diana says, where did you get your paint job done on your truck? I'm not stalking you, but I saw you a couple weeks ago. My husband is a 12, so I had to tell him about it.
It's fantastic. It's actually, okay, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. They're actually decals, or decals as they like to call them in Canada, from Sherwood Trophies, Signs and Sportswear.
There you go.
Yep.
Not sponsored.
Yep.
Funniest or craziest moment while working together? Craziest moment?
I don't know how many crazy, I mean, there were crazy times. I mean, when the fires were going, when
yeah.
You know, when all that stuff. But I don't know about crazy.
Crazy would, I think, more just be like reaction to each other. Like I would say something that Farm wouldn't expect. Like one of the most comments we would get was like, "Is Farm faking his laugh?"
Right.
It's like no. Like I just would never tell him what I was gonna say.
Craziest moment, that one of the ones that pops into my mind was one morning when I borrowed Mare's car.
Oh my god.
To go.
I think about this every time I listen to this.
to go on a Tim Hortons run. I borrowed her car one morning to go, and I get in her car, and I was greeted by the sultry, not so soft sounds of Nicki Minaj.
Not safe for radio. Yeah, Farm just came in with this like white face, like shell-shocked look, like, what the hell do you listen to?
Yeah.
Like, this is a whole nother side of you.
She had it cranked, and we were talking about pushing this and licking that, and it was just all kinds of wrong, and I thought, boy, if our listeners only knew.
We always said like we wanted a late night show, or I guess now a podcast, where we could actually speak freely about things.
If you people knew how gangster this woman is, you would.
What job did Farm do before he got into radio, and was music always a love? Asked Cindy.
Music has always been a love. Music started for me probably in middle school. I was a very, very small kid, very small, and music was what I had. And while most people were going to bush parties or whatever kind of parties that they were going to, I was going to concerts. I was going to concerts. So I mean, I've always been a music guy. Before radio, I actually worked at Sears on Skaha Lake Road, which is not there anymore. I had a few jobs.
Bootlegger.
Yeah, Bootlegger was when I first moved to.
That's a clothing store, in case you're thinking it's
like
I
managed Bootlegger in 1998. Yeah.
So yeah. I was just thinking about concerts. Maybe the happiest I've seen you was at that 90s show.
Yeah, that was.
Found Farm. He's just like living his best life during Salt and Peppa. I was like, this makes me so happy right now.
Well, I tell you, my happiest concert moment though is coming up in June. I don't know if you've told them yet.
I haven't.
You haven't?
Maybe we should talk about that at the end of this video.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What do you admire most about each other? Said Holly. Just so like.
Oh my gosh, I don't think we have enough tape. No, I mean,
can go first. I would say Farm is like I said, there for you. Like I could tell you stories where like drops everything there for you, and that's a big one for me because not many people are like that. Like there for you with no agenda. It's not like, yeah, I'll come help you, but then I expect X, Y, and Z. He's like generous without ever expecting anything in return. And you're a great dad, great friend. Super positive most of the time. And when you're not, it's like, we need to talk. Yeah. Like, it's like, we're playing long songs because something's up.
And I would say that I owe you for me being even remotely as technically sound as I am. I don't
know if I want to be responsible for that.
Yeah, you're...
No thanks.
Okay. You're right.
Thank you.
No, but just, you know, like, I mean, you've helped me with so many things in my life. I mean, you were there when you were going through, you know, things
total hell.
10 times worse than anything that was going on in my life, and you were always there, and you always you know, you're always genuinely interested in, you know, what your friends are doing in their lives. I mean, I sat down here, you know, an hour ago, and so tell me, what's new? What's going on? Where are you going? You know, like, I mean, just everything, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just nosy, but that's fine.
no, okay, if that's what we call it.
Okay, before we talk about June, we're just gonna answer the #1 question Farm and I get asked. All the time.
Yeah. For
years. I've talked about it, I've addressed it since Farm's here, and since many of you asked this question, basically the gist is, I'll just read Jeff's. You two seem right together. This must have come up. Let's chat about love. And then Bobby said, I'm curious if there would ever be a potential relationship between these two. I've answered it a million times. So has Farm.
Whenever I get asked that question,
which is a lot.
my initial reaction, I don't say this, I haven't ever said this to anybody, but my initial reaction was, if I was 15 years younger, you damn right. I would see if you know, I'd be curious. I would definitely be curious, but and don't get all upset and think, you know, that I'm playing this age card, but in this case,
you're so much older than me, let's just say.
Well, sure. I mean, like I said, that's what I said. If I was 15 years younger, we'd be on a level playing field, but we're not. And early on when we started working together, yeah, I had some thoughts and some, you know, like but she was married. I mean, I can't do anything about that. And we've spent more time with each other in our radio career than we did with our families.
100%.
And
100%.
We were jokingly that, you know, this was my wife. This is my radio wife.
We know too much about each other, I think. Also, like, Farm and I are more like brother and sister. Yeah. Like, it's like family. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with family. Speaking of which.
Where is he? There's
hello.
Hey, buddy. Uh-oh.
Can I help you? Yeah. Okay, so, and then would you like to tell them about June?
Yes, so it's been an ongoing...
I haven't talked about this, I haven't said anything.
Might be kind of an ongoing joke or an ongoing, you know, I have a love for Vegas. I don't know if you guys know this, probably don't, I don't know.
It goes every other week, basically.
Pretty much. I'll give you the short version. The first time I went to Vegas was on my 40th birthday. Yeah. I am now 50 years old. I have been to Vegas 24 times. So I go quite a bit. I just recently was in Vegas about 2 weeks ago where I saw Billy Idol in concert. If you're going to Vegas anytime soon, go see this show. He absolutely killed it for 63 years old. It was unbelievable. Then the next night, I went to a concert that if she would have asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have looked at her like she had been, you know.
Oh yeah.
Hitting the stuff.
Never. Even a year ago, I don't think I would have gone.
I actually went and saw Lady Gaga in concert in Vegas.
Okay, my camera card just ran out of memory, so back to the story.
Okay.
You went to Gaga.
So I went to Gaga in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, and she's got 2 shows that she's doing.
Keep talking.
She's got 2 shows that she's doing in Vegas right now. One is, what's the name of it? Do you remember the name of it? Is it Enigma or?
Yes.
It's Enigma. Okay, so
how do you even know that?
She's got a show called Enigma, which is a full-blown Lady Gaga concert, but when you add the lights and everything that Vegas has to offer, I can only imagine what that concert is like.
Right.
The other one that she's doing is the Lady Gaga Jazz and Piano Show, where it is her performing with a 30-piece orchestra, and then she has a stripped-down piano, and she does between 4 and 5 of her Gaga hits, but in jazz style. Which is, and I will tell you right now, I will be the first to admit it on the Mayor page.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, by far, is the greatest single talent going right now. Best voice on the planet. The woman is unbelievable. So, if you get a chance.
Fun fact.
Yeah, so, I had a plan, I have a trip planned in June, coming up this June. The tickets have changed because now I'm going back to the piano and jazz show, and I'm taking her. I am buying her ticket to Lady Gaga.
Well, you already did.
And yes, I did. I bought her ticket to Lady Gaga, and I think I've told her this, but I'm also probably going to buy her airfare and her hotel accommodations as well.
So we're going in June, so look forward to the vlogs. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Something that Farm and I always wanted to do, because we worked together for so long, was to go on vacation together, but we couldn't because for some reason our show was one where like one of us had to be there.
Right.
So we've always wanted to go away. And now we are. So we're going to see Gaga in Vegas in June. Shenanigans will ensue.
Yeah, just get ready for that vlog, the Fremont Street extravaganza.
Oh my God.
That's
I'm gonna have to vet your Instagram so hard before you post this stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So
look forward to that. I will put Farm's Instagram, etc. below.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add? I think we've talked a lot.
No,
You wouldn't think we were so out of practice.
No, this was fun, and I will. I hope we can do this again, and you know, we'll work on the podcast thing because I think it would be fun to do.
Or I'll mirror over some of his apartment.
Oh, and that too.
That too.
Yep.
Well, thanks for watching. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Thanks for hanging out, answering all these questions like off the cuff.
And Vegas, here we come.
I know. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.